ready to live life. He never lived a day not to the full.
His life was cut too short. Now the University of Kentucky is mourning the loss of a student gunned down during a robbery. We're learning new details about the suspect in the murder, the latest in the investigation coming up. And a Southern Kentucky man is robbed just minutes after arriving to work. Coming up, the latest on the search for the suspects.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening to you. It is a devastating loss for the University of Kentucky community. A student gunned down during a robbery early this morning.
Lexington police say 22-year-old Jonathan Kruger was walking with a friend on East Maxwell near Transylvania Park when he was shot. Around 2 this morning, officers found him lying in the street with a gunshot wound to his chest. Police arrested Justin Smith several hours later. He's now charged with murder. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy begins our top story team coverage. She's live at the scene where police are still working to gather information about what happened. Kristen?
Jennifer, we watched as friends have come by right here. They've been leaving flowers for Jonathan Kruger. This card reads, "Rest in peace, John," and it's for the UK student who died nearby. Neighbors on La Harve Road woke up early Friday morning to officers outside the Smith home.
Around 5, you started hearing sirens, and it didn't stop for a good 30 minutes.
Justin Smith, we're told, lives there with his parents and younger siblings. Police Chief Mark Barnard says the 18-year-old is responsible for killing a 22-year-old UK student. He does not believe the two knew one another before their encounter. Around 2 this morning, police say that UK student, Jonathan Kruger, was walking home with a friend. The friend he was with told police 2 people jumped out of a minivan and confronted them. Just a few hours later, officers tell us they tried pulling over the driver of a maroon minivan of similar description. They say that driver, Smith, ran into his home on La Harve Road. They took him in for questioning and charged him with murder, robbery, tampering with physical evidence, and fleeing and evading arrest.
It has been such a quick, fluid investigation that we are still actively working on it, and investigators are out in the field, so I don't want to jeopardize anything they're doing or their safety.
Investigators have now passed this case on to the Commonwealth's attorney, Ray Larson. Larson tells us he will not comment on open cases. Live in Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
The police chief says there could be more arrests. Tonight, the University of Kentucky community is coming together to honor Jonathan Kruger.
The 22-year-old junior from Perrysburg, Ohio, was a talented photojournalist from the UK student newspaper, the Kentucky Colonel. Those who knew him say he always had a smile and positive attitude about everything. Monique Blair is live outside the Newman Center, where a vigil for Kruger is scheduled for later tonight. She continues our top story team coverage. Monique?
Amber, in just 2 hours, the Newman Center here on UK's campus is expected to be filled with several hundred people who knew and loved 22-year-old Jonathan Kruger, a young man who many tell me made an impact on their life.
I always wanted to make people laugh.
Always very committed to getting the job done and making sure everyone had fun during it.
I'm an easy person to like. He didn't give you much reason not to like him.
Jonathan was a member of the Beta Theta Pi fraternity. He was active in intramural sports. He was involved in the study abroad program, and he was a lover of UK basketball. Christina Alexander says Jonathan always had a big smile on his face and was the type of guy to light up a room.
He was a very contagious person to be around. Like, you wanted to be friends with him because he was just so fun.
Jonathan was also a photo editor at UK's Kentucky Colonel, the student newspaper, where he worked alongside Adam Pinavaria, who says having to cover this story from a professional aspect has been very difficult for everyone at the Colonel.
Everyone's just been hugging and crying and talking about their favorite memories about Jonathan.
Now the vigil is expected to start right at 8 o'clock, and the organizer, Christina Alexander, tells me she wants the vigil to be a time for people to honor Jonathan's life and not a time to talk about how he died. I'm live in Lexington. Monique Blair, WKYT.
Monique, thank you. You certainly left an impression for sure. The Kentucky Colonel will also hold a memorial service for Kruger. It's scheduled for 8 Monday night at Memorial Hall.
For the latest updates on Jonathan Kruger's murder, just go to WKYT.com. Police in southeastern Kentucky are searching for 2 men who robbed a man at his workplace. They say someone held up a worker at Richard White Lumber Yard on US 421 in Manchester this morning. As Phil Pendleton reports from Clay County, the robbers used a company car to make a quick getaway. He has the latest on the investigation in this Crime Tracker report.
It was just after 7 o'clock this morning when the victim arrived at the lumber yard to pick up a load of wood with cash to buy it. Two men came up to him inside the shack.
They just told him, said, "Where's it at? We want your money." And he pulled, he had to give him his money, and they still held him down, he said, at gunpoint.
But Lyndon Barger says the men left quickly when another truck arrived.
It just happened the truck come to get the logs, and while they was here, and they took off, they stole his truck too.
And I'm told the act of that truck pulling in when it did may very well have happened just in the nick of time. Had it not, Barger and others question if this would have been a lot more than just a robbery.
That scared them off. They wanted his truck keys in, you know, his pickup, new truck, and they took it down here in the curb and parked it, found it down there.
They say the only description they have are two men in hoodies. Barger says normally the area is very safe, but they did tell the driver to be careful when carrying a lot of cash.
I told him 2 weeks ago, I said, have you got a gun with you? He said, no. I said, you need to get you one.
The victim was able to get help from a nearby store. Kentucky State Police are investigating. In Clay County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Police say the victim was not hurt during the robbery.
A big discovery for police in London. A routine traffic stop led them to thousands of dollars worth of pills. Police say they pulled over Gregory Prater on I-75 yesterday. Officers found a black bag in the back seat of the car. Inside that bag, they found a combined total of 828 oxycodone and other pills. The cost of those pills estimated to be about $30,000. Police arrested Prater and the passenger, Rayvar Williams.
WKYT has obtained video of an incident involving football players from UK and Eastern Kentucky University. The video from Telford Hall on the EKU campus shows an EKU football player punch a UK football player in the head. It happened in January following a bar fight at Jersey's in Richmond. A grand jury heard the case this month but did not indict anyone. Yesterday, EKU announced the suspension of 2 football players involved in the fight. The school didn't name them, but we found Patrick Graffrey and offensive lineman Colton Scurry have been removed from the online football roster. After another very wet work week, things are starting to look up, but the rain can't stay away.
No, it can't. We are tracking more storms for the second half of our weekend. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has a first look at your forecast.
Yeah, the nice weather rolling on into the start of our weekend. So folks who are out and about this evening looking to be in tip-top shape for those Friday evening plans, it's the latter part of the weekend that is likely to bring us down. Live First Alert Defender, and for one of the few times this week, a mainly clean and a calm sweep coming back. Still, though, we have a smallest threat for an isolated shower thunderstorm tonight and into tomorrow. Throw the clouds into the mix and put the temperatures on there. We have a little more in the way of some breaks showing up south of Interstate 64 and then well to the north. Notice how Covington is 74, 71 Lexington, London at 76 degrees with a hint of a little sunshine. Up close and personal across parts of central Kentucky now. 4 of our live cams showing mix of sun and some clouds. Here's the view in Lexington now. Here's the WKYT weather garden in our backyard. Some overcast conditions over top of it from time to time. We're seeing a little hint of some sunshine out there. Weather headlines as we roll into the weekend. Good looking Saturday. Then more showers and thunderstorms begin to bubble up as we go quickly into Saturday night, and Sunday could be followed by a bit of a chill in the air for the middle of next week. When I come back in a few minutes, I'm going to focus on the thunderstorms moving in for your Sunday. I'll show you why the threat for severe weather may actually increase for parts of our region.
Chris, thank you. The cleanup continues tonight after this week's storms caused flooding problems across the state. Tates Creek Road is back open in Madison County. It had been closed since Tuesday due to a mudslide. And we're just learning that Scaffold Cane Road near the Madison-Rockcastle County line is now back open because of a road collapse. Well, it is a way to track down gangs and keep the city clean. Law enforcement in Lexington is working to clean up graffiti around town as part of an ongoing project to help identify gangs. And as WKYT's Victor Puente found out, the project also helps cut down on crime. It's a story that's new at 6.
Roll after roll after roll. Each swipe is removing evidence of a crime, but it's police who are behind this fresh coat of paint.
We keep a record of all of them.
For the last 9 years, the Fayette County Sheriff's Department has been in charge of the program that helps wipe away graffiti in Lexington.
You're keeping the city clean, of course, removing the graffiti.
But before that paint is painted over, pictures are taken of each of those pieces.
Who the potential suspects are, what the graffiti may mean, and what kind of impact it may have on things that we're looking into.
Lexington police work with the Sheriff's Department. They say covering up those gang tags is a big help.
Within the gang world, you know, a lot of times if they do graffiti and somebody shows disrespect, you know, it's a way for them to talk back and forth, kind of probing at each other to create, you know, an environment that's going to potentially lead to violence.
And the cost to the city is almost nothing. The labor is provided by trustees of the Fayette County Jail. The supplies are donated by Home Depot and Habitat for Humanity. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Well, the Sheriff's Department estimates the program has removed 500,000 pieces of graffiti here in Lexington.
Follow WKYT online at WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
It may not be good news for students in Kentucky, but despite going up, this year's tuition increase is the lowest it's been in more than a decade.
The Council on Post-Secondary Education approved the tuition increase for students attending EKU, Murray State University, Northern Kentucky University, and the University of Kentucky. Rates at UK will go up 3%. Last year's increases ranged from 4.7% to 5.1%.